guys, welcome back to my channel. I took a little break. My last video, I was really talking about how I planned on just going to beauty school, setting it up, blah blah blah. However, there was something that prevented me from doing so, and I'm just not, I don't think that beauty school is my forte, you know. And change is always good. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to keep your options open. So for my plan, I don't think I need to go to beauty school because I really know everything already. Not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to be cocky. But I do practically know everything. And I can really teach myself if you know what I'm saying. But what the problem was that I was, having to verify some information upon, not being in the home, foster care, etc. They was wanting me to verify that. And they was just trying to make me jump through hoops just to get the grant money that I needed to just go to school. And I seen what kind of environment, what it was going to be, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make it hard for somebody to even get in. How is it going to be when you're there, you know what I mean? I would prosper anyway, but I just don't think that that's my kind of environment. So, yeah, beauty school, I don't know. You guys are coming on the journey with me. Blase, blase. I was just getting ready to see my boyfriend in a little bit, but I just wanted to do a quick video on my experience working at Dennys as a cook for 3 days. So, I just want to let you guys know that I don't even know how to explain this, really how to get into it. The first job that I ever had, I've only had 3 jobs in my whole life. The first job that I ever had, I stayed there for 3 months, and it was some poor treatment. The reason why I left was because my hours were getting cut. I was getting no money. The manager was just, I don't know, getting frustrated with me for nothing. I'm just trying to I don't know, it was a nasty energy that I left. It wasn't worth it at all. It's not worth it to stay anywhere where you're not feeling, happy. Don't do that to yourself. But that's kind of like my current situation, living here. And as I said, I'm just saying the whole family situation and living where you have to for now, but just sitting with the situation and evolving over it, eventually getting to where you need to be. But back on topic, the next job that I had, 3 days as well, they treated me really bad. They treated me really horribly. They were overworking me, and they were leaving me to do all the work by myself. I was a dishwasher at a healthcare place, and they were just acting like they didn't want to, set up my payroll, making jokes about it not being set up, we still didn't set it up. I'm like, yeah, well, I would like to get that set up. I've been here for 2 days now, and you're overworking me, and I'm not getting help. I'm asking people for help. People are not trying to come to the back and help me. It was only the second day at the healthcare place, and they was just not helping me. I was like, oh. I started my body started to hurt and stuff. I was like, dang. But, 3rd day, I quit. And then I reported them to EEOC because they also were not trying to send me my check like Dennys. And we're going to talk about Dennys. Dennys was there for 3 days, couldn't do it. And it's funny because it's 333. 3 months, 3 days, 3 days. For Dennys, that experience was weird. But I was passionate about cooking and making yummy food with love for people, you know what I'm saying? Great pancakes. I made the great food, you know what I'm saying? And it was a fun experience as a cook. But, there were men, co-workers who were, surrounding. And there was a male in the kitchen who I had stayed with, and he would constantly just stand in my way, block me so I could, say something to him and just, throw his body physically into me. I used to be and where he would come, I would ask him, a question so I could just, and he would come extremely close, invade my personal space every time. I have video. I have video proof. I started taking videos. started seeing how motherfuckers was acting. I was like, oh. And then there was this one time I went to the back just for a break, and one of the managers, David, at Dennys in Knoxville, he stood in front of me, you know what I'm saying, asked me my age, you know, trying to figure out who I am and stuff. I let him know who I was, how old I was, blah, 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 you know, and just why I'm here working. And he took that into consideration, that I was young and didn't have, you know, a real family. And he offered me $20. He was like, you want a tip? And I was like, out of nowhere, I was like, what for? I was genuinely confused. Like, what for? Like, tip for me, manager? He was offering $20 for me to suck his penis. I was like... And he followed me from his office. He watched me on the cameras and followed me to the back just to come out there and do that. Like, I was really gonna go and do it, too. Like, psych. I was really surprised. Like, what for? And he put it away, and he was like, oh, that's just a part of the story. Like, he lied. Like, he was not asking me to do that. And I was just like, oh, I have to go back to work, you know. Like, my time is up, you know, I'm here. And I went back inside. He started making me pancakes and stuff in front of all the coworkers, forcing me to eat them for him. I was like, oh, not even just pancakes, like just different foods, making me eat them as if he was like feeding me. Just predator things, you know what I'm saying? Predatory. And I noticed that the other coworkers also noticed his behavior. They watched him as he made pancakes for me and made me eat them. And I want to mention that on my second day, literally, I had to sit, you know, in the lobby of Dennys. There was this regular customer, I guess. He came and sat directly next to me. And, you know, the other coworkers, like, they were basically trying to bully me in a way. And I noticed that people in large groups feel like they have to bully me because they see I'm very magnetic. I'm very connected. So they feel like they have to congregate against me. And I think it's funny because I'm very aware of it now. But even family too, like, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's really funny to see it from my family because it's crazy seeing adults do it. And I'm like, wow. Like, I grew up looking at you as an adult, but seeing you do something so childish, it's down here now. It's immature. It's pathetic. However, I want to get back to the fact that they was trying to, you know, join in and bully me. And they was doing this for, like, the whole time that I was sitting there training on the computer. You know what I mean? They was, like, just doing just saying a bunch of things. Like, oh, she looks like a little girl. Da-da-da-da-da. And then once one of the, you know, servers said that, the older man who came and sat next to me, who was a white man, a retired cop, he told me, he was like, oh, I'm not scared of her. I'll take her on. I was like...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I was like, you guys just said I was a little girl. Why would you want to take me on? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's scary. But that's crazy. But I started, like, once they started to really, like, get down and really just, you know, trying to tee up on me, I can't even explain, you know what I'm saying, how people do it. Like, when they try to they just sit around me. They gather around me. And what they do is they say things that they think pertains to me. And it's just so, like, it's weird to me. It's so weird just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, while they do it, they think that they're getting to me. But what it really is they're showing their projections. They're projecting. I'm like, geez, you're projecting all over the place. Gather yourself. Gather yourself. But I started to just record because I was like, this is crazy. The man, he was asking me about what school I went to. I told him, you know, Central High. Still.
Watch out, Coach.
Either take them off or go argue with them. Don't argue with me.
I'm not arguing with anybody.
You just did.
This is not an argument. This is a conversation. Is it not?
Do what?
My teacher just kicked me out of class for wearing glasses. And these teachers coming and
You have
telling
no
me
right to videotape
about my
me right
outfit.
now.
Yeah, I do.
So I need
I
you to
have
turn
all the
that
right.
off,
I have
please.
all the right to
Tennessee
record.
is a
That racist high school. However, I did not get into what I experienced at that school. You know what I mean? I was just, I went to Central, blah, blah. Cut. He's like, oh, I went to Central too, but it was a different Central. Yeah, they took all the fun out of it. So what he's referring to when he says the fun, the Central that he's referring to is just a school that was shut down when he was younger because of racism. And what he was saying was they took away all the fun. You know what I said? I said, ugh, not the fun. They are the worst. And then he just sat with that. Because it's like, I don't care. I don't care that you enjoy racism. And I'm going to show you that I don't care by just showing you with my words. With a rebuttal, simply. It doesn't matter to me. But, you know what I'm saying? He kept going. And what this man was doing, he was like getting really close to me also. This is like something that people feel like they want to do, like just get close to me. And I feel like that's because they want to touch my energy. They want to feel my energy. It's an energy exchange when people touch you and get close to you. So this man was just getting close to me and he just kept, and I was like, after he did it for like the 4th time, I was like, you're making me a little uncomfortable. You're a little too close. And what he began to do was like just subtly hit me. Not hit me, but like tap me, like, right? Just to be ignorant. That's expected of an older white man who's a retired cop. But it was crazy to me. Once I started recording though, somebody saw it. Like one of them saw when they was all sitting around me. One of them saw me begin to record, and I didn't care at all. I wanted them to see. And you know what happened? They stopped talking immediately. The whole conversation shifted. I have the video. I'm gonna put it right here for you guys. The whole conversation stopped. And you know what? It changed to another conversation. And what happened was when I turned the camera off after they changed their conversation, they all started laughing.
Y'all always up this early?
Yes, ma'am.
Honestly.
We're retired.
Oh, are you? That's awesome. What did y'all do?
Other than that, he's a policeman.
And they was like, what was that for?
And just what was that for?
Where was the cop at? Cop scanning?
Right here.
She's already a traitor over here. That's right.
I'm a traitor, guys.
She has McDonald's.
Oh no.
He does what?
She has McDonald's.
I'm sorry, guys. I was running on nothing.
Let her get paid from here, then she'll be eating from us.
Remember, he got Dennys shirt and everything. You start today, Pastor?
Yes, sir.
Look at you.
And they was like really surprised, like, wow, like, oh, she got us, like yeah. And then, the weird little passiveness slowly died down because they realized what they were doing, you know what I'm saying? They realized that I realized what they were doing. And they realized that I wasn't going to react in a way that they wanted. With anger, like an angry black woman, with rage, with confusion. No. But low-key, I did start getting anxiety. Like, I started shaking a little bit because I'm like, I sometimes get this feeling of just anxiousness when I have these energies around me that want to, try and bring me to a lower vibration. It makes me shake. And it's like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a reaction that I have. It's like, get away. But what was I gonna say? After that little training thing, I thought that was so weird. And, that same white man that was sitting next to me, he had this friend who was in the military with him. They were military buddies, and this man was paraplegic. He was a black man, paraplegic, and he was looking after him, like, as a friend. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, wow, that's really amazing. They told me his story and stuff. I was like, that's really amazing. You could overcome something like that, you know what I'm saying? And have a friend right here for you, you know? Simple. And the man who was paraplegic was, you know, asking for him to take him to church now. You know, he was ready to leave. And, you know, his pamper was soiled, you know what I'm saying? And you could smell it. And the white man actually said to him, "Can I get some peace and quiet?" Like, I was like, he wanted me to say something about him leaving him soiled. I was like, oh my God. Evil. I was like, very evil. I didn't say a word, neither. I didn't look at him at all. And I let him just do that and act like that. But that was horrible to me. And eventually when he realized that I wasn't going to say anything to him about that disgusting behavior, let him just sit there like he just didn't want to get up and stuff, like he didn't want to take him. I was like, I was deflected that energy. I was like, ew. And that man, he got up once he realized, and he was like, okay, let's go. I was like, wow. Some people are on this earth just to be horrible. And just to be around the kind, good people. And be horrible around them. Like, what is that for? How does that benefit anybody? I don't think it does. For real. I don't think that benefits nobody. If anything, it comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do anything bad. Don't do nothing evil. Don't do nothing bad. Don't be doing weird stuff, you know what I'm saying, to your family, to random strangers. You wouldn't do it to a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you? Why would you? That's just my whole thing. Why treat people poorly? With no true reasoning behind it. But what was I gonna say? After that training day, though, I got into the kitchen. I finished my little course. And I thought that I was all done with training. And then I went, you know, started in the kitchen. I noticed I was, you know, speaking to this man that I was in the kitchen with. And he was ignoring me. Like, purposely, intentionally ignoring me flat out. And I was like, why are you ignoring me? Like, after the, you know, next day, I was like, why are you ignoring me? Like, I'm just trying to get to know you guys. And it wasn't just him ignoring me. It was him, the servers. I thought it was weird. So, you know, I'm like, why are you ignoring me? Like, I'm just trying to get to know you. And plus, I'm trying to, you know, figure out how the kitchen operates. Like, duh. I'm a cook here, and I'm new. But he was like, oh, I'm just in my work mode. This same man tried to sabotage me. He put some stuff into the fryer, and he was letting it burn. He was letting the stuff burn. And I looked into the fryer, and it was burning. And I got it out before it fucking burned completely. And I was like, who put this in here? I was like, did you put this in here? And he came close to me, and he was like, huh? He came close to me, like, trying to scare me. But, like, I was like, did you put this in here? I repeated myself, and he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, I was just wondering because I don't know who put that in there. And he was trying to frame me, and it was the fryer that was closest to me on my grill. So I'm like, nigga, you was trying to frame me? And I put him on blast. Like, why would I was just trying to figure out who did that. You know what I'm saying? Who did that? Shit, it was not me. Burning shit in the fryer? That's crazy. I thought that was crazy. That's when I knew Dennys was not it. I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to stay here for any longer. This is why I don't work, though. This is why I don't do jobs. Because people trying to go out of their way to lower my vibration. It can't happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. I'm up here. Look, I'm up here. We're not getting down here. We're up here. Vibes high. But after that, I was like, wow. And then there was another time, this same man poured water onto the floor, like trying to get me to trip. I was like, wow. I noticed a puddle of water on the floor right near my grill. Again, I was like, this is crazy. You know what he said to me? He said this thing to me that I thought was very weird. I was like, okay. After this, I was like, all right. He was like, I don't think that the steaks are real meat. And I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, like, I wasn't giving him any sort of, real response because, first of all, I don't care. Second of all, I'm here to, cook for people and give them yummy food made with love, He's telling me that he thinks that the meat is not real meat. Basically, he was telling me he thinks it's human meat. He was like, yeah, the texture is just really chewy, and he was just staring at me dead in my eyes while saying this, just to see, like, if my vibration would change and if I would just become fearful in some way. I was like, wow, I've never heard of that. Then I looked at the steak, like, look at him like, I never heard that before. Because I've never heard that before. And he, you know what? He said this in front of the customers. We're in the kitchen, and he's saying this in front of the customers out loud, very loud. I'm like, wow. I was like, wow. I was like, wowie. You know what I'm saying? I said, wowie. I said, wowie, wow. No, I'm playing. I didn't say wowie. But, yo, that was crazy. And then I remember I put my headphones in just for a little bit because I started to realize this was too weird for me. I put my headphones in under my scarf. Nobody could see my headphones. And I didn't play it loud enough that people could hear. It was quiet. If you hear banging, that's my aunt upstairs. She likes to do that because she gets bored and she wants to just get my attention. But anyway, what was I even saying? I was saying, But yeah, I had my headphones in, and I was on the grill, making the pancakes, doing everything, doing everything up to par. And I noticed that the other manager who came out started like throwing things around. And he noticed that I began to record. This is when I started to record because I was like, yeah, this is getting a little too weird for me. I started to record. I was like, I just put it in my pocket, my back pocket. He came out. He started slamming stuff around. I'm like, he comes up behind me. I have video proof. He comes up behind me. He's like this, how's Monday? How's Monday? I was like, he's yelling at me like I can't hear. And I was just like, good. Because, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, what the fuck? But he starts making me, you know what? And I want to mention this. Dennys is a very slow restaurant simply because it's running out of business. There's no real, there's no real orders coming in. When there is a rush, it's a little mini one. We're sitting around, we're waiting for orders to come in. So he's acting like he has to put me to work. So he's like throwing stuff around. He's like, yeah, stack all this bacon, do this, run it over here, walk over here. And I'm like, okay. I did it. And I did it at my own pace. I did it real slow, and I got it done easily. And then what he did was he sat me down from cooking. He sat me down and he made me do training again. And what he did was he set up a course for me. And I noticed that this course was set up for me to fail, just like in high school. Just like before graduation at Central High, what they tried to do to me and set me up for failure. So this is what happened. This is how I knew, because this happened to me before. So I was doing the test, right? I watched the video and I actually paid attention. I took my headphones out so I could really pay attention and get the shit done. I'm looking at the video, and then I go to the questions. The questions' answers are not even aligning with the the answers are not aligning with the question. The answers are incorrect. I'm given incorrect options. So what I do is I redo the test about 25 times. I sit there for a whole hour, and I mean that. I sat there for a whole hour in the break room, redoing this one test, getting 60s. 80s. You have to get you gotta get a 90 just to pass. I was getting right below it, 80. And I knew I was choosing, the right answers, and I was seeing that some of the questions were literally giving me wrong answers. And it didn't matter what answer that you picked, it was still gonna be wrong and you were gonna fail. And I went and brought it to him after like an hour. And I was like, I've been, on this for a little bit, and then I'm just not sure. It just keeps failing me. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing along with, you know, his little idea of me failing and needing his help, you know? So I'm like, you know, I don't know what's going on. So he sits down, right? He takes the computer and he starts going through the questions, right? He gets 100, but I point out one of the questions that I know is wrong. I point out one of the questions that I know has a wrong answer for every answer. And I was like, I chose this one, but I'm pretty sure it was this one in the video. He was like, let's see, clicked the wrong one and got 100. I was like, oh. And he was just like, yeah, okay. Everything's all set. I was just like, that's crazy. And I got home and I looked at my payroll thing, which we had set up that same day. This goddamn manager, Kevin Hendricks, deleted my payroll. He deleted my payroll account, and I showed my boyfriend. He saw it. He was like, they're not paying you, so why would you go in today? You know, the next day I was like, I don't know. He was like, don't go in because they're not even trying to pay. I was like, you're right. So I quit. Simply because I seen how they was about to start really trying to go in on me, you know what I'm saying? And so I quit, and he's holding my paycheck now. He's holding my paycheck even now to, like, for no reason to. He's holding it, and he held it for like 2 weeks and told me to wait that 2 weeks till like the 18th or whatever. And I was like, okay, you know, I waited. And, you know, I called the EEOC because my stuff was not coming in. And I was told to sign into an iSolve account in order to receive my money, which is not how it works. It actually is supposed to be sent to your bank account. And the iSolve account was deleted, so how would I be able to, you know what I mean? It was a setup from the jump. And I noticed that people like to try and set me up because I'm getting somewhere, you know what I mean? And that setup, that's never gonna go through. It's never gonna work. It's not gonna work because there's evil energy behind that. There's evil intention. It's not gonna go how you need it to. And I'm protected by the Most High. And I'm aware of that. I'm knowing. So I call the EEOC. They also tell me to wait till the 18th. And it was like some weird kind of racist ass shit going on. So I still don't have my money. So I contacted a lawyer with my, you know, whole case, blah, blah, blah. The lawyer says they can't help me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna keep trying to reach out to different ones, potentially. Maybe one will reach out to me after this video. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? There are so many opportunities in this world. And I know I was not doing that hard labor for people for nothing at Dennys. And almost sexually assaulted at Dennys. There was this dishwasher who was also disgusting. I was walking into the bathroom. You know, I walked into the bathroom. He followed behind me. And there's a clear glass on the bathroom door. But you could see somebody's inside there. You know what I'm saying? He walked behind me. Telling myself, is anybody in here? And I'm in the first stall where you could clearly see that my legs are at the bottom of the stall. I have a picture of him. We're going to put them up there. And we have videos of him staring at my behind. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. Like, disgusting. But, yeah, he gonna sit there and comment. I'm like, yes, I'm in here. Like, you see. And he also went and proceeded to ask me this. Do you live alone? Like, what does that matter to you? Predators everywhere. It's scary out here. This is a scary world. If you let it be. Because I know I'm protected. That's why nothing really, you know, crazy has happened to me. Because I know that nothing bad can happen to me. I know I'm safe. Yep, Ashe. I know I'm safe. And nobody can fuck with me. The Most High, patrimony, like. Yeah, I made a song. I think I ate up. I'm gonna show you guys my song at one point. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. I thought that was crazy. That was just my experience at Dennys, you know, working there. That was crazy as fuck to me. And I'm still trying to wait and get my money. Like, this could be a real good lawsuit. But, you know, motherfuckers is racist. You know, it was a white lawyer who told me they couldn't help me too. So, it's expected. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to help us. They don't want to see us succeed. But yeah, you know, my phone turned off. But you guys get what I'm saying, though, right? They don't want to see us win. You know what I'm saying? When you got the carbon in your skin, they don't want to see you win. But I like that I could just keep a good mindset. You know, I know myself, so it took me a long time to get to where I am now, though. Just due to, you know, all the interactions that I've had, you know? I've had a lot of interactions just like that one at Dennys, you know what I'm saying? People being, like, rude to me, not knowing who I am, and just assuming that I'm somebody who's, I don't know what they assume. But they assume that I'm somebody who they can get over on. It's not it. It's not the case. You know what I'm saying? My hands is up. It's not the fucking case. But it's crazy, though. Just having people like this all day. Just consistently trying their best to just make you feel unsure of yourself. To make you feel doubtful. And I think it's crazy when strangers do it because they don't know you. But it's even crazier when your own family doubts you and tries to make you doubt yourself. What I realize is that just because somebody is your skin color doesn't mean that they have that same spirit in mind as you. You know what I'm saying? They could be on some evil shit and just brown. You know what I'm saying? That's something I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of evil people in the world. You could be brown, you could be pink. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's all just in the mindset. And whether you choose to give in to that or just observe it and transmute it into something better. Like this situation that I'm in currently. You know, I'm surrounded by family who wants to tear me down. They want me sad. They want me depressed. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. It just can't. Because I know I love me. So I don't need you to show me that love that you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's evil, though, to see your own family just try to do you in any kind of way. It's crazy. Because you would never think that family would do something like that. It's just a lesson that I've learned. And I've grown from it. I've evolved from this. It really made me want to love myself more and cater to myself and nurture myself more. Just growing up in a family where nurturing wasn't even really a thing. It's so prevalent in your life. You need that. You need to be nurtured. You need to be taken care of and loved and shown that you are valuable and you are worthy of anything that you desire and deserve. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. If you're still with me, you guys see on my channel that YouTube keeps copywriting me for no reason. YouTube, what's going on? You guys trying to silence me? Spreading this unconditional love to the world. I love you guys. Thank you for keep watching me, supporting me. And if you are just watching me and not even liking my shit, thank you still. Because you believe in me. Thank you.